Hi guys, welcome. I'm Jen Burson. I'm the founder and president of Generation PR. We are an award-winning public relations and influencer marketing agency based here in Los Angeles. And I'm also the founder of the Powerhouse Pros community. We're going to talk about writing rituals that will actually convert and get results. So rituals, we've heard of morning rituals, not just for yoga instructors. We know that PR pros that use rituals and stay consistent, they're getting themselves in the right headspace for pitching and just plugging away at a process that gets results. So if you develop a pitch writing ritual, it's going to set you up for success so you can generate results for your clients every single time you send out a pitch. Not every single person who receives the pitch, but every angle, every pitch idea that you send out, you will get traction. You can make your ritual whatever you want, like whatever it looks like is up to you. It's all about what gets you in the right headspace, in the right mood, and boost your level of energy so that you have this feeling where you're creative, and you boost your productivity so that you get your clients the success that they deserve. So I have some tips that I can share to build a pitch writing ritual that you can lean into when you feel the need to lift your mood and creativity so that you can write really stellar pitches no matter what's on your plate. So what is a pitch writing ritual? It is a routine that you can build that'll get you in that zone to write killer pitches for your clients. And if you follow these same steps or set of steps every time you sit down to brainstorm or write pitches, you start to, it becomes a habit, right? Like, that when you want to develop a new habit, it's about consistency, repetition, having a process that's like 1, 2, 3, 4. So the amount of steps in your ritual can be up to you, but you don't want to spend more time getting ready to pitch than actually compiling your pitches. So the longer you stick to the writing ritual, the easier that it'll be to put yourself in the right headspace to write pitches, even if you have really busy days, or when you have a ton of pitches to get through. So we want to use some sort of a ritual so that you can boost that productivity and creativity to power through any strategies, any like really detailed strategies or out of the box angles that you might want to come up with, and do it with ease so you can set yourself up for success. This is how novelists write so many books, prolific writers write so many books in their careers. It's about creating habits that will empower you to get the job done and deliver incredible results every time. So we have a few steps to help you, 6 steps to help you create a ritual and build this as a consistent, let's call it like ritual habit. Okay. So the first thing, I always talk about this, but you want to work pitch writing into your schedule or any activity that you want to do with focus, attention, consistency. You want to give yourself time in your schedule to do it, because if you're trying to write these pitches in these little pockets of time throughout the day in between meetings or proposal writing or strategy writing or research, you want to, kind of create a situation where you're calming the chaos in your brain and that chaos of daily life. You want to set aside dedicated blocks of time to write your pitches. And you could do it every day, every other day, or a big block of time once a week. But the most important thing, and I'll reiterate this with any new habit, anything you're trying to accomplish, is staying consistent. So if you mark your calendar on Monday from 11 to 12 as your pitching time, then your Wednesday and Friday pitch sessions should probably be at that same time. So you start to get used to that time in the day where you've had your let's say coffee, you've checked your email, you've gotten into your whole, day, and now your attention is off those other things and truly focus. You start to get into that habit and keeping it at a consistent time each day will help you ease into it a lot easier. I know that as PR pros, things come up, you have to react to certain things. So flexibility is necessary. There might be media requests, something that's on a deadline, or tasks that come up and interrupt your pitching time. But when that happens, you can just pick back up where you left off once that urgent request has been taken care of, because you're in the sort of mindset that you're going to go right back to that. You're not going to get distracted and then say like, oh, that's over. You know that that's your zoned time to do it. And so you'll go right back to it. But if that's not an option, and the day gets away from you because of an urgent request, then you can reschedule the rest of your pitching time for that next day or later in the week. It's just about carving out the time that you know you're going to need and sticking with it, being consistent. And if something comes up, make sure you move that. It's like a commitment to yourself, right? Well, obviously to your clients, but a commitment to yourself to give yourself those focused blocks that you need, instead of all of the other urgent things that are coming your way that everybody else needs from you. So that's number one. I want you to just work pitch writing into your schedule and try to keep it as consistent as possible. Number two, keep things personal. Just because you're building a pitch writing ritual doesn't mean you should use spray and pray templates. Absolutely not. That's lazy. We really stress the fundamentals of targeted, strategic, very customized pitches for the right person at the right publication, the right angle. Like everything has to be really personalized. So, rituals are routines, not templates, and they need to be personalized for you, your agency, that particular client. Plug and play templates is a decent start, but you have to make it your own. You have to make it connect with that media contact, because they're going to spot a robotic copy-paste pitch from a mile away and they'll send it to their trash. They'll probably think you're trash, honestly. Like, this is so lazy. They're not doing their research. They don't really know what publication they're pitching for. So if we're talking about ritual, it's not a template that you just merge like fields like the name and the publication. You need to really make it your own. They have to be tailored to the contact, their audience, the publication, and every part of that email should show your contact, why your client's story and the angle are important, how your client is relevant to the contact's audience, and make that effort to connect on a deeper, more personal level with your media contact in all of your communications. Like even follow-up, it's like now they're on the hook. Like, have a conversation, have a personal, connection to this person, and they'll remember you, they'll enjoy working with you more. So it's really taking that time during your block pitching time to start with a solid foundation, an idea, an angle, a media list, and to be able to then use that time to personalize, which means poking around their latest articles, looking at their social media, trying to see what they're up to, what they're writing about, referencing something that you really enjoyed reading. That becomes part of the ritual too, personalization. 3 is, what's your pre-pitching routine? Yes, what is it that you're going to do before you pitch? That is also part of your pitch writing ritual. So this is what's going to get you in the zone, reinforce your writing habits. It could be, for me, it is having my cup of coffee and a cup of water. Get your beverages ready, a snack that's like brain food. Before that, I will take the dog for a WALK, because otherwise she's going to interrupt me and it's always going to be on my mind. Have I fed the pets? Like, that all has to be done so there's no interruptions. Maybe it's a quick guided, energizing, clarity, focus, creativity meditation. Or it could be listening to a song that inspires you. Some people like binaural beats. You could be listening to classical music or just kind of like spa music, or energizing, I don't know, Eminem, something that gets your energy level up, Beyonce or Taylor Swift. But whatever gets those creative juice is flowing, and it will become a signal. Like I said, rituals become habits. It'll signal to your brain that it's time to write, and it'll get you in that headspace. Like, okay, we're sitting here for an hour or two. I would not recommend 2 straight hours. I would say do your Pomodoro, 25 minutes of focus time, 5-minute break. Maybe it's a 2-hour block, which is like 4 Pomodoros, right? And that's 2 hours with essentially 20 minutes of break spread out. And you can also extend your pre-pitching activities into your actual pitching time. So keep listening to that song or that artist as you write. If you get stuck on a tough story angle and you can't figure it out, then take a break. Change your scenery, quick walk around the block, spend a few quiet minutes outside. Sometimes I'll just lay down on our grass and feel the sun on my face, and it's like a little vitamin D, I'll also kind of be in the mindset of gratitude, and I just come away from it like ready to go, clear head. And it also will keep you in the zone and help you stay focused on that task at hand, which is creative writing. And it's really helpful when you're working on a lot of pitches at once. So yeah, whatever you need to hunker down and say I have my snacks, I have my water, I have everything I need. Pets are fed. I took my walk. I'm ready to focus. Number 4 is getting all of those distractions out of your space. So like I said, pets. If you have your phone, family email, those are distractions and they're not conducive to pitch writing success. So as soon as that first distraction gets in front of your eyes, your brain is going to snap out of that pitching mode, and it's kind of hard to get back in that headspace. So if you break your focus, then the rest of the time you're spent writing could be really trying to get back into that headspace. You're not going to get the best results. I mean, it's like you think about trying to write something or get a task done when you have the phone buzzing, you've got your alerts, so it's buzzing nonstop. And so you want to remove your distractions. You might have to get a little creative. You got somebody coming to watch the kids if you have kids, or maybe you're doing it when they're in camp. During the school year, they're at school. Maybe somebody takes the dog for the day, or you put the dog in doggy daycare, and you can turn on the do not disturb on your phone, or alter the settings. You can only allow your VIPs to be able to break through when you're focused. So you can also exit out of your email entirely and tell yourself, maybe put it in your schedule, that you are not going to check email until you are done with that focused pitch writing time. It's really the number one thing that distracts us aside from social media, but it's easy to put the phone away, but your email is right there. So do what you have to do to truly not allow yourself to be distracted by email. It can wait. I know as PR pros, we really pride ourselves on quick responses. I promise you clients are going to be more appreciative, or if they knew what you were doing with that time, appreciate more that you're focusing on, results generating activities versus just quickly responding to one of their requests or emails. So, okay, number 5, stay accountable. So this might be the most important part of your pitch writing ritual. If you're going to write today, write today. Do it. Just do it, right? Having that pitching time set aside in your calendar does not mean anything if you're just going to skip it in favor of working on another project. This is that piece of living in self-integrity. We tend to really keep our commitments for everyone else. If he needs something from me, it is I will be on it. I will get it done. I will prioritize that. But we don't always give ourselves that same level of commitment and follow through to the things that we've promised to ourselves. So this is where accountability is really important. This happens all the time in shifting your habits to better habits, but better sleep, better eating, working out, deciding to drink a certain amount of water every day, and then you're I'll start later. But if you are doing it for somebody else, then you always follow through. rescheduling your pitching session is okay if things come up, if something else is urgent or there's a project that needs your focus and attention, but you cannot endlessly procrastinate and just keep pushing it back. When you make that commitment to yourself, part of this ritual and developing a habit is that follow through and being consistent. And what you accomplish during your pitching sessions might look different every day. Maybe you'll knock out 3 really good, stellar pitches where you're like, yeah, this is awesome. It's really good. I know this writer is going to love it. Maybe you do that in an hour. Maybe you'll just do research and write a page or 2 of thorough notes or some ideas. You start to sketch out like the rest of the year calendar. That's okay. The important thing is you do it and you're always moving forward. And like I said, it's all about being consistent. Can we commit to consistency? And I don't mean consistently putting it off. Consistency is key. The last step I have for you is take it step by step. Your pitch writing ritual will get you in that zone to write, but should also set you up to write detailed, tailored, thoughtful pitches. So once you sit down to execute a pitch, follow the same steps every time. And that means you're not just cranking out writing and copy. You're researching, you're fact checking, proofreading, editing, double checking the other assets, checking that links work, setting up follow-up reminders. That's part of the process so that when you send out a pitch 2-3 days later, you're going to get an alert that reminds you to follow up on that pitch. That is all key parts to a successful pitch writing process and pitching and follow-up process. And when you follow your ritual, you're going to ensure that none of these steps fall through the cracks as you juggle all of your outstanding pitches. I think proofreading being a really important part of that process and checking links and scheduling that follow-up. I think a lot of great pitches drop off because we don't follow up in a timely manner. And yes, once you get into that zone, it's easier to write. It is, a serious, like a stress reliever when you're really busy to just default to a process that works and steps that you have, that you follow to ensure that you're writing good pitches, sending them out, following up in a timely manner. And then you have a process you can default to that works and it works. So these pitch writing rituals will set you up for success by keeping you in that zone of creativity, productivity, creative juices flowing, getting your mind in the right space and getting your schedule focused on the time and attention you need to do a good job there for your clients. Quickly to recap, we've got this pitch writing ritual, 6 steps. Number 1, schedule it, and try to keep it the consistent day and time each week. Number 2, keep it personal. Each pitch you write, part of the ritual, you're double checking. Does this read as a tailored pitch? Is the recipient going to know that this is aligned with their audience and their publication and what they cover? That has to be part of your process, is ensuring that it does not read like a spray and pray. The number 3 recommendation I have is a pre-writing routine. This is, you could be like, gather your green juice, your coffee, your water, do your bathroom break, take the pup for a walk, getting yourself in that headspace, getting some vitamin D, walking outside, sun on the face, listening to a meditation, binaural beats, or a song or like an artist that gets you in that zone. And then number 4, clearing out distractions before they're a problem. Turning on your do not disturb. You can really customize that, which is super cool. You can write when your family is tucked away at school, or, for your partners at work. If you have pets, you got to get them walked and outside and all of that. Number 5, stay accountable. Be really consistent. Set aside that time. Commit to yourself. Consistency and really being aware of the self-integrity that you have and committing to yourself that this is how you're going to spend that time and following through on it so that you get that work done that you need to do. That's what's going to generate the results that are going to keep the clients in the door. And then number 6 is step by step, having those like a checklist of the things that you need to ensure you're looking at. It's the research, fact checking, proofreading and editing. And you want to also ensure your links are working, the assets that you say are linked, like an embedded image or links out to your Dropbox with assets. You want to check all of that. You want to check that your price is right. You want to check that the links all link to the right place. Thank you so much for being here and have a great rest of your week. Okay, guys, take care. See you soon.